All right, welcome everybody. I want to first and foremost thank you for joining our live
Can't hear anything.
today. I can hear you, Chris.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure why I can't hear you. I may need to put on my headphones. I don't know.
Let me take a look. We're having a little technical difficulties. Let us get this sorted out here because Chris needs to be able to hear. I can hear you, Chris.
Okay, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure why I can't hear you. I may need to put on my headphones. I don't know. I can hear you now on Facebook.
We're having a little technical difficulties. That's not going to work, buddy. Chris needs to be able to hear. I can hear you, Chris.
Okay, you can hear me?
I can hear you. You may need to go into your settings.
I can hear you now on Facebook.
That's not going to work, buddy. Chris needs to be able to hear. I can hear you, Chris.
Okay, you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, is it working?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Testing. Chris.
I'm probably going to have to wear my headphones on.
Yeah, wear your headphones.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Do I need to put my headphones on?
Can you hear me?
Oh, man.
Yes.
I don't think this thing is charged up. I'm probably going to have to wear my headphones on. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, man, these technical difficulties today, audience. I definitely apologize for the technical difficulties. Let's see if we got Chris actually listening in now, if he can hear us live, because if not, this interview is going to be rough. Oh man, these technical difficulties today, audience. I definitely apologize for the technical difficulties. Let's see if we got Chris actually listening in now and hear us live. If not, this interview's going to be rough.
Okay. Can you hear me, Sam?
Yeah, I can hear you. Well, we lost Chris. Hopefully he'll come back in and we'll be able to hear him and he'll be able to hear us just fine. Let's see how this works now for him. Let me see. Let's go ahead and add you. Chris, can you hear me?
Now, real quick.
We lost Chris. Hopefully he'll come back in and we'll be able to hear him and he'll be able to hear us just fine. Let's see how this works now for him. Let me see.
Shouldn't I be able to hear inside of your room?
Yes. Chris, can you hear me?
Real quick. I can only hear you on Facebook.
That shouldn't be. You should be able to hear me on here too. There should be some setting in your sound settings you should have did.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Okay, I can hear you in the room now.
You can hear me in the room now, finally?
That's where I need to hear you at. So that
I know. I was like, what's going on, man? What is
I
going
can't
on with this
rely on the Facebook feed because I'm going to be dragging. Sorry about that.
Technology was horrible,
Sorry
guys.
about that, man.
Horrible. Man. Whew. My end had some technical problems, and then Chris's end had some. Thank you for actually hanging out this whole time here. So let me go ahead here. We actually got some comments here. Tanisha said, hey, guys, what's up? And someone has an echo going on in the background. It's probably Chris. Well, we were trying to figure out the audio there, Tanisha. Do you have access to the chat? Can you see the chat, like the comments, Chris, in the room? Cool. Awesome. All right. So first interview of the series, and I chose to pick Chris because Chris and I go way back. We actually have a lot of history. I kind of went over it a little bit of my story. I'm not going to go over too much of that myself because this is about Chris. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right into this. And I have some really tough questions. I'm prepared here for Chris here. So, well, first and foremost, I just want to welcome everybody to the call. If you leave a comment where you're at, that would be great. Leave any comments, questions you have for Chris. We're going to go ahead and cover those at the end. But going right along, we're going to go ahead and Chris, the first thing I would like to know about you is I want you to tell me a little bit about your first job, your real job, like the first job you ever had in employment, like first ever.
First legal job or
yes.
Job in general?
Talking job where you get the tax forms, you fill them out, you do all that fun stuff. What was the first one?
The very first job that I ever had was at Brahms Ice Cream and Dairy Store. Now, they only have 5 Brahms, or not 5 Brahms, but they only have Brahms in the 5 surrounding states of Oklahoma. So Kansas, Missouri, Texas, Oklahoma, and then I think maybe New Mexico, but it's only in the 5 surrounding states. So.
Awesome. So what did you like best about your job?
One of the things that I learned from my very first legal job is how to upsell. If somebody ordered a plain cheeseburger or a plain burger, you want to add cheese with that, or you want to upsize that, you want to make it a large shake, whatever the case may be.
Right on.
I always say just try to upsell and get those extra sales.
What was the challenging part of your job?
The challenging part as a 16-year-old punk teenager, staying focused, not flirting with the girls, and those were some challenges.
Yes, I can relate to that.
Not losing my temper when something didn't go my way, or maybe we had to work longer, or at the end of the night, we close at 11 o'clock and it's 11:59, and then a customer pulls up right when we're about to close the doors.
Oh yeah. That would always make me angry too back in the day. So, going forward, what I want to kind of go into now is we all know kind of a little bit about you as far as if they follow you for some time, they know you're involved in network marketing. What I want to know though is what made you decide to get involved with network marketing? What was it about it?
Well, I kind of got into it by default. I wasn't really looking for it, and I wasn't really pursuing it. I grew up in SRS custody. I got taken away from my parents. And I got placed in a foster home where they just happened to be in 2 different home-based business opportunities at that time. One was a gold coin opportunity. I think they were in Amway. I'd have to, reach out to my foster mom and ask her. I'm pretty confident that they're probably in Amway. But the business opportunity that they were in at that time was called New Image International. A couple of big names that you guys could look up. One is Sean Whelan. I no longer have respect for that guy anymore, and he's lost a lot of his credibility in this industry. You want to look up Sean Whelan. He was a multimillionaire back in the 90s. And then there's another name, Dale Calvert. You can look up Dale Calvert. He went through a rocky time in the industry, but he was the best professional network marketer in the 90s. Hands down, no questions asked. He's still a highly sought after consultant today, but he doesn't have as much credibility as he used to because of some of the stuff that he's done. But he's still respected in this industry. And Sean Whelan and Dale Calvert, they both know each other. So they both were national directors of those companies. So I went to a national convention, I want to say around 96, 97, 98, somewhere around there. And I'll never forget the powerful speech that Dale Calvert delivered. I can't recall if it was a recorded version or what it was, but he talked about Moses and the story of Moses. He talked about how the plagues of Egypt, when they came about, instead of having the plagues gone right now, Pharaoh said, get rid of them tomorrow. And so he worked that theme of tomorrow, and I'll never forget it. It was very powerful. It was funny. It was very comical, the way that he presented it. And it was just those type of things. I learned those skills. I learned those professional network marketing skills from that time frame, from the weekly business meetings, from the local meetings, the monthly. There was a district meeting every 6 months or so, or every 3 months. Every 3 months was a regional meeting. And then, of course, every 6 months was the national convention, where we actually traveled to places like Lexington, Kentucky, and a few other places.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds like you started out pretty young too in network marketing. It was kind of like you're raised to eat all your vegetables and do network marketing and kind of all the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, I was about 13 years old, so I wasn't able to actually legally participate, but I could run a testimonial part of the meeting. I could do the presentation. I got to where I had everything down pat. There wasn't nothing missing. I could run a full-scale, full-blown business meeting at 13 years old.
Well, I actually really appreciate you mentioning that, because that actually segues us into my next bit of information I'd like to know about you, which is I want you to go ahead and describe for us your first actual experience where you had the reins, you were able to actually legally do network marketing. How was that experience for you?
Back in around 2008, 9, 10, somewhere around there, the housing market crashed. Now, I didn't stick with network marketing or the home-based business industry. We got out of it. I was about 18 when they got out of it. So we walked away from it. There was a lot of corporate failure that took place. And so hit me with that question again, because I don't want to lose my train of thought here.
No, you're fine. So what is your first actual experience with network marketing personally?
Okay. So my personal experience, during the housing market crash, I got laid off, and I did not want to go back to work for an employer. So network marketing in the home-based business industry was at the forefront of my mind at that time. I just didn't know where the industry had gone. From the time I was 18, I want to say 22 years old is when I started looking to get back into it, maybe 23, somewhere around there. So the actual first experience that I got in where I put my money where my mouth was and bought into a business opportunity, that was in 2009, 2010, somewhere. It was a company called, I can't even remember the name of the company. But the crazy thing is I reached out to Dale Calvert, and he pointed me to the company. And they had some awesome products, but they didn't stay in business. They were more focused on the other side of their business, which was a horse program. So I remember my first experience. It was online. I made my first online sell ever with a network marketing company, selling an actual network marketing product. Now, I didn't make that much money, but it was my first sale on the internet, which that was an experience that I'd never, ever thought would ever happen, because I had already spent a lot of money researching, spent a lot of time trying to figure out how can I know that we can make money on the internet, but what do you do to do it? And so I got in contact with somebody. They walked me through a few things. I followed their instructions, and I got a result from it. So that took place back in 2010. And I hope I answered that question right.
You actually, no, you did perfect. That was perfect. What's funny is I feel like you've stolen my questions, because my next question was going to be, well, describe your first success in network marketing. And sure enough, you went ahead and did that for us already. I think it's really cool too, though, and it's really important to realize that the dollar amount of success doesn't really matter. What really is important is actually getting a result, because once you get the result, you know that you have that belief. Then you know that this is a real thing. This is something I can really do, which is really, really cool and powerful. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
So my next question that I want to do is I want you to tell me, let's say there's somebody brand new that come to you, they've never done network marketing. They say, hey, Chris, what do I need to look for a good network marketing company or opportunity? What should I look for? What kind of things should they look for?
First things first, this is a people building people industry. Okay. So the first thing that you need to be seeking out is education. You need to be seeking out a educator. Education has to come first. The reason why there's a near 100% failure rate, and it doesn't matter what business that you're in, it doesn't matter if you're affiliate marketer, CPA marketer, it doesn't matter if you do e-commerce, doesn't matter if you do, what's the other one? It doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur, you create your own products and services, and you build your own infrastructure. None of that stuff matters if you don't understand the nature of the industry that you are dealing with. You're dealing with people. And once you pursue education, the reason why you want education first, and one of the reasons why I provide a unlimited free place of education, is because you cannot make fully informed and fully sound business decisions if you don't know what you're up against. Like, you can't make a decision to go into a college or anything, any field, any profession. Like, you're not going to go to a firefighter, become a firefighter without becoming educated about that particular profession, right? The more you know about it,
Right.
the more of a decision that you're going to be able to make in order to be able to make the right decision, to make the right choices. All of that stuff is absolutely necessary. And in this industry, if you are new, 90 days or less, perhaps you're struggling, maybe you've been in the industry 91 days or longer, you are prey. You are prey, because people
Absolutely.
want to bypass the education. They don't want it. They don't want you to know exactly what it is that you're getting involved with. There's two reasons. Either one, they don't know themselves, or two, they don't care enough about you to educate you. And that is the first and foremost. It's like in the military. They teach you how to use a minesweeper. They teach you how to be able to identify where landmines are. That's a skill set or a tool that you need to have so that you don't step on a landmine and blow yourself and other people up with you. In this industry, that's not the concern. They could care less if you know what you're doing. Once you understand the industry that you're involved in, its nature and what's likely to happen, then I talk about this all the time. Because people are not educated, they are going to run into the two biggest regrets. The two biggest regrets are a loss of your time and a loss of your money. And money can be replaced, but your time, you can't get that back. If only more people knew what they were dealing with and what they were involved in, then they would be able to make a decision that doesn't render any regrets. So if you're new, if you're looking to get started, educate yourself first. Don't go and run a subscription. Listen, things sound good to the ears and they look good to the eyes. Okay. There are a lot of great professional marketers out there that know how to communicate and get you to join this program or sign up for this or do that. But they know that you rather be that the majority, not you specifically, but the majority of the masses they prefer to be spoon-fed. In other words, they're counting on you not to do your due diligence. They're counting on you not to search for the credibility. They're counting on what you don't know so that they can leverage what you don't know to get your money and keep you from actually earning any money. A lot of my competition today, they love to take your money. But when it comes to exchanging that money for the empowerment that you're looking for, they will not do it. They can do it. They have the capabilities and the means to do it. They just choose not to, because it's easier to make you feel good with motivation and inspiration just so that they can keep that monthly subscription to keep you coming out of money whenever you're not actually earning any money. They made it an art to make you feel comfortable in your failure. The average profession, when you go into production, it takes at least 8 weeks to at least 60 to 90 days before you have a process down well enough for you to actually produce results. Okay. Now, what I've done is I've been able to reduce the learning curve significantly. But the problem is nobody's looking my way because they don't want to do the work or they don't want to dig in deep enough to build the amount of substance they need. But anyway, I hope that answers the question for those of you that are new. I'm very passionate about being an educator, educating people first to make sure that they know exactly what they're getting into before they get into it, because that right there would solve a lot of the problems. It'll reduce the failure rate.
That was perfect. And I can't agree more with you there. On a lot of those points, especially whenever you go out in the industry and you're looking at something to get started in, there is so many hyped up dumpster fires out there, for lack of a better way of saying it, where it looks all good and then you get inside and it's not anywhere near what they said it was going to be. And it's sad. It's really sad to see, because a lot of new people, they get stuck in that, and it's really, really tough. Now I want to get a little personal with you. I hope you don't mind.
Go ahead.
I want you to tell us about your 3 biggest mistakes that you've made while you were learning how to do this whole network marketing business.
3 biggest mistakes. Man, I've made so many mistakes to try to narrow it down to just.
I know 3. It's tough, man. I've been there.
Let's see. One of the biggest mistakes that I have made, that I feel like I've made, is I would say that the first biggest mistake that I've ever made coming into this industry, coming into the online space, was I did not listen all the way to Sean Whelan. Now, I'm not going to say anything bad to him about right here. I got to give credit where credit's due.
Right.
Sean Whelan gave me a lot of powerful education on this industry. Okay. A lot of strong, powerful, resonating education that prevented me from wasting a lot of money and a lot of time. However, I didn't always heed to the education. There have been times when I have attempted to take shortcuts. And every time that I've taken shortcuts that don't exist, I've gotten burnt every single solitary time. So let me give you an example. If you come to me and you approach me the proper way, on the same level, if not beyond my level, you're going to get my attention. And when you execute everything well, you can pretty much close me as long as you execute everything on the list to be able to properly close another leader. Okay. So there was a company called Profitable Sunrise, and it was an investment deal. You throw all this money in, you let it compound, and you let it compound, right? Well, the program would have worked, but you had a bunch of desperate, greedy people that did not listen, and they didn't take heed to what would happen if you decide to go ahead and promote this in a massive scale. There's a lot of people making a lot of money in Profitable Sunrise. They were getting a real strong return on their investment. But when they do the presentation, they tell you, listen, this is not something where you want to go all over the internet and you want to blast this and splatter it all over the internet. And you know what? That's what they did. So you get people that don't follow structure. You get people that don't listen and don't follow instructions. And you get people that are not accountable. They're just going to do whatever they want to do. And that is a huge contributing factor to why there's a near 100% failure rate today. Okay. My biggest mistake is getting involved in programs. You know, because of the way it was presented to me, it was done right. It was done properly. It was done with the structure and everything that they needed to do to make a successful sell with me, to get me to do business with him. And I don't hold the person responsible because we had a relationship and it was clear. These are the possible risks. But I knew better. But I went ahead and did it anyway. And I did it a few times because there were times where I got frustrated, I got desperate, and I wanted to try to take some shortcuts. And those shortcuts, people are still trying to take them today, and they still don't work. And you know what? To this day, I learned from that mistake, and I'm not making that mistake again.
Absolutely.
Now, for the second mistake that I made, oh my goodness. The second mistake that I would say that I made, which mistake? This is tough, man. It's tough.
I told you I'm gonna break out some tough ones. So,
let's see here. One of the second biggest mistake that I've made, and I've made this one so many times, repetitively. Like,
don't feel bad. We all make.
And you know what? This, I guess, when you ask me what do I struggle with, this is going to be something that I struggle with, and I'm going to continue struggling with it. It's not a fight or a battle that's going away, and it's seeking the validation of other people, and not getting the validation when I think I should get it, and always seeking validation instead of just. I'm very good at what I do when it comes to what I do on the internet. And sometimes I would be so affected by lack of engagement or lack of whatever. And it would rub me the wrong way, and it would bother me. And it does. It still does. Because I know that I put an effort out there to make sure that I don't do or tell anybody to do anything that is from a hypocritical standpoint, because I hate that. I hate when people come at me and they don't like my attitude. They don't like the way I said something. They don't like me calling people out. They don't like me screenshotting and putting people's name out there. And they don't like me when I guess they call it insulting people. I'm just straight up honest with you.
Right.
You're either competent or you're incompetent. Incompetent is not a bad thing. Okay.
Right.
And a lot of people think, well, he just called me stupid because he called me incompetent. No, I didn't call you incompetent. It's just in our exchange of conversation, what I'm getting from you is you don't understand the language of this profession. And because you're not giving me any verbiage or you're not saying anything to me that is triggering, that you know what you're talking about, that you know what you're looking for, or that you know what you're doing. That is incompetent. Incompetent just means that you are not aware of the language. It means that you're not aware of the skills. You're not aware of what it takes to build something successful on the internet. And some people have a clue and they are competent. Your language will always betray you. Okay. The things you say are going to tell on you. And when you come across somebody like me that is a coach and mentor, and I've had a coaching program since 2016, I've heard every excuse in the book. I've seen a lot of different behaviors from different people from different walks of life. And they can make any excuse that they want to. But for somebody to tell me that I'm wrong or I need to change this, or do something differently, or they try to come into my coaching program and try to change my curriculum because they don't want to do something that I'm doing. That kind of stuff, it makes it hard for me to be nice to people, because right. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into proving everything that I teach. But when somebody that doesn't have a quarter of the substance wants to give me critical feedback, they're giving me critical feedback from a hypocritical standpoint.
Right.
And one of the biggest mistakes that I make with the validation is I didn't lead. Excuse me, getting something caught up in my throat here.
Oh yeah, get you something to drink, man. Take
I
care
got
of
something to drink. But the credibility, I didn't lead with the credibility. So most people didn't know what type of leader that they were dealing with, because all the stuff that we were supposed to do to build the know, like, and trust factors, I didn't have that at the beginning. I have it now, and I realize the mistakes that I make by not putting that out there first, so that most of the clients or business partners that I have understand my leadership style. If people understand my leadership style and I put that out there first, then a lot of the problems that cause people to quit or cause me to either terminate somebody or get rid of them, or we just part ways, is just me not putting my credibility or putting my identity out there to let them know this is exactly what it's going to be.
Right.
And so I would say that part is a big mistake that I've made, is just not setting the proper expectations for my leadership style. And of course, for the past 6-7 years, I've had to, rebrand myself. I had to redo some things, reevaluate some things, figure out different ways of doing things. And, so that would be number 2. Number 3, the biggest mistake, the 3 biggest mistakes. The third one, The third one would be not actively listening or listening to respond. I've ran off a lot of good clients. I've ran off a lot of good people because it was, I was listening to respond, and I wasn't using a whole lot of empathy. And that is a skill set that has to constantly be worked on. Because people are always going to misunderstand, especially when you're in leadership. When you're a leader, people are always going to misunderstand you. And if they have ill intentions in their heart, they're always going to try to make you sound and make you out to be somebody that you're not. And
right.
And when things get difficult and things get tough, they forget who their leader is. They forget the one that built the whole platform, or the one that put the curriculum together. They forget all of the stuff that made them get involved in my coaching program or even my business opportunity to begin with. People forget that, and they get lost. And they get lost because of the fact that I myself am lost. There's been times when I've been lost and dazed and confused. And guess what? If people are following me, guess what they're going to be? Dazed and confused, just like me. And so I would say that would be my third biggest mistake.
Awesome. And all 3 of those I can relate to heavily. I myself, especially whenever you were talking about seeking validation, that's one of the hardest things. I think everybody in the world has an issue with that at some point, where they're trying to put out this value in whatever capacity they're doing, and they don't get the results they want. And so immediately it's like, oh, why aren't you all giving me back what I gave you? It's one of those things where it's hard to kind of let go of that and just do it because that's who you are. And so yeah, I definitely can relate. Let me
go a little Bible on you real quick. If you go to the book of Genesis chapter 3 and you read where the serpent tells Eve that, can you eat of the fruit of all the trees? It said, yeah. Eve said, yeah, we can eat. You can't touch it lest we die. And then the devil twists the scripture. Oh, you're not going to die, right? But he also put in there, if you do eat of it, then it's going to make you wise to know, become as gods and know good and evil. Well, that's an insult to God, because that's like saying God didn't create you right. And so she wanted that wisdom. She wanted that. She wanted that. She wanted to be validated as a god. Right. And she was already created in his likeness and image. That's where the deception comes from and the tricks come in at. And so we naturally seek that validation. There's good and positive and pure validation, okay? And then there's impure. And bad validation. I'm not going to validate you because you made a good post on social media that was positive and it was just so overwhelming, right?
Right.
Okay, after 6 months or a year of being on this internet and you still don't have any more substance than a social media post, like for example, if you never do a video, never go live, if you never create anything that deeply impacts somebody, I'm not going to validate you at all because you haven't done any work to be validated. When we seek validation, that's where we get in trouble. That's where our problem's at. That's where my problem is. And every week I have to fight it. I have to fight it. I have to fight. No seeking validation from anybody, not even the opposite sex. I got to make sure that I'm not seeking validation from any human being. I have to earn that validation. If you didn't earn it and you didn't work for it, you're not going to get it. You don't deserve it. It's just like money. We all have to go out here and do something to earn money, right? Well, it's earning it. I hate the phrase make money. It's earning money. Earning money means that you worked for it. You don't deserve anything that you have not or do not work for.
There you go. There you go, people. That's some truth. So, moving right along, we got a couple more things I want to cover here with you. The first thing, obviously, anybody that's followed you for any bit of time, even a day, knows that you have things that are in the works that you're working on right now. Obviously, so what was it about your current company that you're in that you work with that caused you to be attracted to this company, to choose, hey, this is my company, this is where I want to work?
Oh man, that's loaded.
That's the point.
Oh my goodness, dude! We don't got enough time, dude. We got.
Oh, we do.
Minutes,
had that live time for me. Give me that content.
Oh man. Okay. All right. First things first. It's imperative that you understand that I have been in the home-based business industry for 24 years, a little bit over. We're starting at 13 years old before anything came on the internet. Okay.
Right.
I'm 37 years old today. I'll be 38 here next month. Oh my goodness. So understand the very first two opportunities that I was exposed to. One was a gold coin opportunity called Family of Eagles, which is still around today. You can Google that. Now, New Image International is not around. The products are still around. You can Google New Image Total or New Image Plus. Okay, I don't know if it's not an opportunity. So if you're trying to look for an opportunity, it's not there. So those were the two. One was a health and wellness nutrition gold coin opportunity. Okay. After New Image International split due to corporate failure, they had another opportunity called New Creations. That was Sean Whelan's gig. Didn't work. That thing might have lasted 6 months, maybe. But that's what happens when there's a lot of corporate failure. Companies split, new ones come up, and it just destroys the industry. Okay. So I have been in, let's see, all the companies that I've been in. Okay. Let me just cover the common ground real quick, because you're asking me about my opportunity and why I chose it. Okay. So I'm going to give you all of the logic behind it. All right. We're removing all emotional attachment to any and everything that's out there. Okay. Because I am going to do a little bit of bashing on some companies here. And it's not to bash because I hate the company. It's based on logic. It's not based on any emotional attachment. Okay. Now, one of the reasons why I'm with the company that I am with is because this company is not based on trends. Okay. Every opportunity that I've been a part of, that I'm going to mention their name, that I've actually participated in, I'm going to mention their names. These companies all are based on 100% trends, and you'll see why here in just a second. Now, my business opportunity, my company, is a lifestyle business opportunity. Okay, I'm going to run away and come back in like 2 seconds. I want to show you something.
All right. All right. We're gonna get an actual prop. Prop. That's good. Props are fun. I like props.
Okay. So when we say a lifestyle business opportunity, we're not lying about that. We're not just saying that because it's what we say. It's part of it's part of what we talk about. Okay.
All right.
Now, this Bible came today. Okay. I just purchased this Bible. For those of you, I started a new channel, a new page, a new website. It's called Simple Faith. It's all about the study of the Holy Scriptures. I bought this Bible. Okay. Now, for most people, buying this Bible would have been an expense, but because of my company, it was actually an investment. So at some point in time, I am going to recoup the money that I spent on this Bible. Okay. So that's just one example of why I'm with this opportunity. Okay. Now, this microphone that you see me talking through. Okay. I bought this on Amazon a little over a year ago. It's a Blue Yeti. It's a very popular common mic for what we do. I paid over $130 for that microphone, and then I found it through my company for $70. You know how stupid I felt? Because I bought that a week after I found out that I could have got it for $70. Sorry, my phone is ringing off the hook. Sorry. But when it comes to choosing a company, it's not based on trends. It's based on the lifestyle of what people actually buy on a regular basis. Now, so let me go through all the companies that I've been a part of, starting with Melaleuca. Okay. You probably thought that because I was talking about shopping clubs or buying stuff, lifestyle, you probably thought I was talking about Melaleuca, but I definitely was not talking about Melaleuca. Because Melaleuca is multi-level marketing. What I'm involved in is not MLM, which doesn't require as many people to make it work. So when we talk about why, dude, we can spend the whole rest of this live talking about why I am a part of my business opportunity. Okay. So I was in Melaleuca. I joined that when I was 22, and that was still on paper before it came to the internet. And then I joined it again in 2017. I was also in Brain Abundance. Brain Abundance, the CEO sold his shares to the company, which he has a right to do. The products went over to My Daily Choices. So if you look up the Brain Fuel Plus, and if you look up the Brain the Brain Gummies, My Daily Choice or MDC or HempWorks, that's where the product line went to. The owner of that started, the CEO that you know of, Josh Zwagwill or whatever his name is, for My Daily Choices, he came out under the shadow of Ben Glinsky, which also ran another company that I was a part of, which was called Skinny Body Care, which is also Brain Abundance. All of that was the same programmer running the same systems, and they're also the same as there's a couple of other things I can't remember off the top of my head. Okay, so I was with those companies, and I was also with Total Life Changes, and I was also with Sean Whelan's company was called JGO, which meant Journey Growth Equals Opportunity. And there was just a few others. I can't really remember. There was New Life Sciences, which before that was Asia Sciences. I follow all the Brain Abundance people over there. And then, I got tired of just going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, and no real leadership, no real nothing. I got sick of it. Okay. Now, when it comes to business opportunities, there's not a company in the home-based business industry that can touch my company or my opportunity. There's nothing that you can bring me the top leaders in all of the industry. Okay. You can bring 6, 7 figures, 8 figures, 9-figure earners from Total Life Changes. We can sit down and we can debate item by item, and we can pull up all the facts. There is no company that can touch my business opportunity under any circumstance for any reason. Why? Because most of the companies are based on trends. Well, what's that one trend that people are often involved in? It's health and wellness. Well, let me tell you what I know about health and wellness. Health and wellness is the #1 revenue generating genre in the entire home-based business industry and has been for the past 80 years. And it will still remain number one because of the rising cost of healthcare. Okay. Yeah. Now, when you take our product line of My Lifestyle Business Opportunity and you stack it up against companies like My Daily Choice, you stack it up against Total Life Changes, you stack it up against HintWorks or any other health and wellness company out there. Okay. They might have a product line that has 6 to 10 products. Okay. Let's say that, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Let's say your company has 15 different health and wellness products that address weight loss, energy, sleep, pain, whatever else is out there. Okay. Our company has those 15 products that your company has, but we also have an additional 20 to 30 additional products and some that I'm not even aware of that exist because I haven't looked into that yet.
Wow.
We have a big, massive health and wellness product line. Now, let me give you some personal stuff. I am a type 2 diabetic. I just quit taking insulin. I quit taking metformin. I quit taking Victoza. I just quit taking it. I stopped taking it.
Nice.
There's one ingredient that a lot of our products have inside those. It's called chromium picolinate. A lot of companies got rid of that. But that right there is in almost every single solitary product that I personally use, which levels out my blood sugar, levels out my blood pressure. There's a bunch of other benefits. But being a type 2 diabetic, if I would have stayed in Total Life Changes, I would have been dead already because my blood sugar was running 390, 400. Sometimes I don't think I've ever seen it up to 600 before, but it's been up there. And I'm miserable when my blood sugar is that high. There's no other products that I've ever tried that's been on the market that is able to do what the products have been able to do in this opportunity. And I am a product trier and a product taker. And I have tried and taken so many different health and wellness products since I was 13 years old. I know what works and I know what doesn't.
Right on.
One of the things that I can't stand about Total Life Changes is before Total Life Changes, it was called OWN, OWN, OWN Network. Okay. Their products were supposed to be similar to TLC's. Those products were actually more superior than TLC. But because the CEO got desperate, he dissolved a product line that actually worked and replaced it with TLC's product line that doesn't even work. Because I know the difference between the products because I use them. As a matter of fact, I still have some of TLC's products in my I haven't thrown them away yet. But I know the difference. And I'm not just blowing smoke up anybody's pants. I'm just saying I know the difference because I've tried products before. And when they work after 2 days or after a few hours, and then you take something that's not even coming close, you know that something's wrong. But anyway, that's just a few aspects of why I chose my company.
That's pretty powerful.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, whatever we have, your company doesn't have it. So one of the things that I love about the company and the opportunity I'm a part of is I don't have to choke slam people or twist people's arms to get people to partner with my business opportunity. Why? Because we have stuff that they already do. So it's not a matter of, oh, well, this is my company. These are our product lines. And just try. I don't have to cram one product down somebody's throat. All I have to do is ask a few simple questions. What do you like? What are you into? What do you like? What are you into? What are you looking for? Okay, boom, bam. All we do is match products to people, people to products. There's no selling or recruiting involved in that motion. Why? Because all the problems and headaches that are going on in this industry, my opportunity has eliminated all the flaws that create all the chaos and the problems that are in this industry. So if you want to create time and financial freedom in the next 90 days or sooner, because of the internet, my company will render those capabilities. I don't know what else to say, Sam.
That's some pretty bold statements. Those are pretty bold statements. Those are some pretty bold statements. I appreciate the knowledge and the background as well. Moving right along, the last thing I want to ask you is, before I ask you this, what else is there? Anything else that you want to touch on about your history, about your opportunity, anything at all? I'm going to give you the floor to do that.
Okay, listen. I offer three things, and the first is education. We don't do nothing else. There's no link for you to click. There's no business opportunity for you to sign up to. Okay? There's nothing to pay for. There's nothing to buy. Everything starts with education. That's where everybody starts with me. People ask me, Chris, what do you do? I'm an educator. First thing I do is focus on educating people. There's not enough educators. There's not enough education in this industry. There's not enough educators online. I'm one of the few, probably, I don't know. I'm probably, as far as I know, I'm the only educator in our industry. When I say education, I'm talking about educating you from the start of the industry, from health and wellness, all 7 genres that exist, all the way to affiliate. I cover everything. There's nothing that I leave out when it comes to education. And when I go on the internet to look around to do research on the education that's supposed to be out there, it doesn't exist because it's not there, because nobody put it there, except, as far as I know, and I'm not tooting my own horn, as far as I know, I am the only one that is putting out education that starts and finishes somewhere. So that's where it starts. Now, listen, the only thing that I have in my arsenal, because everybody's obviously in the home-based business industry because they want to earn money. They want to supplement their income. They want to build a strong enough income. They want to build a wall of wealth around themselves and their family. The only thing that I have access to that renders a capability of being able to allow you to create time and financial freedom, the only thing that I have in my hands that's available is my lifestyle business opportunity. If you don't want to kill yourself, if you don't want to have to brand yourself, if you don't want to have to build lead capture pages and sales funnels, if you don't want to have to kill yourself to be successful in the home-based business industry, if you don't want to have to kill yourself with the workload and the demands of this industry, then my lifestyle business opportunity is going to be your best option. Why? Because we cut through all of the bull crap, we cut through all the nonsense, everything that you struggle with. My lifestyle business opportunity provides the solutions and eliminates every single solitary flaw that can be named in the home-based business industry. Not to mention the powerhouse leadership that we have in the field, the people that we have access to. That right there by itself is value that you cannot put a price tag on. Now listen, I understand that people are prideful and some people are arrogant and some people are going to disregard logic because of emotional attachment, because that's just the way we are. We're creatures of emotional attachment. I know that. Everybody says that about their business opportunity. But if you want to do a side-by-side comparison, we can go product by product. We can go compensation plan by compensation plan. There is no other company out there that is more superior than our company is. I don't know what else to say. But just in case you don't want to partner with me in my lifestyle business opportunity, that's perfectly fine. But you probably want to learn my skill set. Just go Google Christopher Jerrod Wright right now. Go to the search engine and Google my name. You'll see my presence all over the place. Why? Because I put in the work that they told me to do back in 2013. I started putting that work in. Well, that work is indexed. You go to any platform and you're going to find me on there. Why? Because I put that work in. Now, the type of content that I create comes from effective writing skills. Okay. Everything that you see me produce on the internet is all written. It's written first. It's written. It's written. I have an article titled "The Holy Scriptures as It Is Written." Written, writing. You want to be successful in this industry, you're going to become a good writer. And I'm not talking about writing books. I'm just talking about being able to write your own content. If I do something that is powerful and has impact, it's because I wrote it. That's because I'm a good writer. You ever watch a good movie or a powerful movie or something, right? And you're like, man, it's all written. Everything is written. Just you to turn on the camera on and go to town. Everything is written. All your music is written. Everything is written. The plans of the house that you live in was written. The plans for the manufacturing of your car was all written. If you want to be successful in this industry and make an impact, you are going to learn how to become a writer and a content creator. There's nobody on the internet right now outside of the home-based business industry that is teaching any of you guys how to do that. But I do. Why? Because I dig in deep. I don't just go for the path of least resistance. Well, I can create this flashy sales page and video sales letter and convert high quality sales. Yeah, that only works until everybody's already been converted in that circle. The circle's been converted. Then you got to come up with a new product and a new service, new opportunity, and nobody gets anywhere. Nobody learns the skills that are necessary to be successful in this industry. And that's why a lot of people have spent thousands and probably some people even spent millions of dollars and wasted all their time. And they still don't have any online substance, or they still don't have any results. They're still struggling. It makes me sick when I see people that I've known for at least 5 or 6 years, and I go do research. They don't have any more than they had 5 or 6 years ago.
Right.
That's a shame. That's a shame for you to be in this industry for 5 and 6 years, and the only thing you have to show for is a social media profile with a bunch of little measly positive quotes and motivational posts. Really? Is that what the industry's been reduced to? I don't know.
Wow, we could definitely go forever on the industry for sure. I definitely can see, and I hope everybody watching this on the replay or live with us has seen the passion behind this man and this industry. Now, Chris, the last thing I want to ask you is, if somebody's watching this on the replay or live and they want to get in touch with you and find out more about what you do, how would you say is the best way? How does somebody connect with you the best way?
The best way, if we're on whatever platform that we're on, whether you're watching this on, Facebook or YouTube or whatever platform, regardless, if there is a way for you to click on me and open up an inbox conversation, that's probably going to be the easiest and best and fastest way to get a hold of me, is just inbox me. The other thing is you can always go to my website. Okay. Somebody gave me some critical feedback about my website the other day. And so I'm going to make another little minor tweak on there. They said, you got a lot of information. Yeah, I might have a lot of information, but my offers there's only 3 offers. You know what I mean? You got to pick which one best suits you.
Right.
So if you want free unlimited education, then you're going to want to get on my Simple Path to Success mailing list. I create all of my content in a specific order of priority, what you need to know first and what you need to know next. I don't see anybody creating content that way on the internet. I've looked, I've searched. There are a lot of powerful content creators. There's some respected content creators on my friends list that are actually in our industry. But for the most part, most people are only interested in talking about what's popular in the flavor of the week or flavor of the month. Not me. Okay. So that being said, if you want my lifestyle business opportunity, would be the only reason why you would want my lifestyle business opportunity. If you want to create time freedom and financial freedom in 90 days or less. Also, if you want to take the money that you are already spending as an expense, if you want to turn that into an investment, like buying this brand new Bible was not an expense for me, it was an investment. that I'm going to reap the benefits of at some point in time. Then you would want to go to chrisjerrodwright.com/lifestyle. If you go to my homepage at the top, you see the first offer. The second offer is on the left side, which is my lifestyle business opportunity. Okay. My third offer is my training and coaching program. Okay. I have the most powerful training platform on the internet, hands down, no questions asked. So if you're in MLSP, they're still teaching outdated stuff from 10 years ago. That stuff is not effective anymore. One of the things that I've done recently is I've went back through their stuff to see if they changed anything. They have not changed the fact that they spam you 5 to 25, 30, 40 emails a day. Like, if that's what they're teaching, your results are going to come at a very slow pace because you don't spam people. You don't slam a bunch of information in people's inboxes. You just don't do it. It's not right. And you don't slam stuff into people's inboxes when you don't have their permission. There is a thing called permission-based marketing. So if you want to learn true professional internet and network marketing, then you're going to come through my training and coaching program because I teach and equip you with all these skills. This is an empowerment for you to be able to produce results without having to jump through all these third-party hoops. That doesn't make any sense. So that's it. Just inbox me, reach out to me through any known communication channel. It's that simple.
All right. Well, there you go. It's the story of the legend, the master of digital marketing, Mr. Christopher Jerrod Wright. I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day here to view this presentation. And Chris, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to be a part of it. And till next time, I just want to thank everybody and wish everybody a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world.